Off play. Looking left side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run here with Raymond Calais. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. It's probably a pretty good secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Throwing, Jones. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Jones.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game you play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th. And his kick is indeed good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the posts.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check, 59.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first.
10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa rolling to his right. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
It's a Patriots sack. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On 2nd down, Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Tua. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now they try the right side here. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Patriots' 15-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Patriots 3, Dolphins 0.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. From the gun, Jones will get this to his running back, Calais. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's Jones. Off play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Jones pass.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the ground, it's Calais. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Jones now off the play fake. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. An option run here for Cam. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You got nothing. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Silver, silver.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From midfield, here's Tua. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
By the Patriots.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath.
It's and he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's Calais. At the 10.
Jerome Baker.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
New England.
Off the play fake. Jones. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Down and goal.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Jones pass. Intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the 3rd quarter. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second at their 25-yard line. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On first down, Tagovailoa. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go, Q. Here I come. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Tighten up.
That eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easy with the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
54 mark, 54.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of...
They challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Patriots 10, Dolphins 7.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to pass. Tua. And it's caught by Parker. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
3-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Dante Hightower on the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a short one to Gesicki. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now it's the backup, Newton. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Off play action. Jones. Flushed out right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. From the gun, Jones. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return will stop right around the 25. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call, and that signal will get that great push. And what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Switch up. Mike, check, 59. Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Mike 59. Mike 59. I'm coming.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Parker the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Calais. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
By the Patriots.
Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got in as he threw it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Tua. The valid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They run with Calais.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an Allen. Kelly. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
And the Patriot first down.
On the option, here's Newton. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line. Tonight.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Pats, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.